wake up, don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, but you're holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than your rescue? I'm feeling kinda used, yeah, like a drug that you take when you're sick of crying all your tears away. Is that all I am? All I want is for you to be happy. You know this ain't healthy. Do I make you happy? How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, what you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm doing everything he doesn't do, but I'm still not enough. Even your parents know I'm good for you, but I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than your rescue?
Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome back to another night of ESL Challenger League. The most important game going on right now, of course, is going to be this broadcast that we're bringing to you live. I'm Darth Mike. This is Mr. Alan Hender, and we've got a matchup between Let Us Cook and Sangal for this evening's entertainment. Alan, how are you feeling about this game?
Intrigued. I think Let Us Cook are more like the old established names. Seeing Snacks and Bialy playing together again is a bit of a draw, but I think the real storyline is probably Sangal. They had a very good end to last year. Swapped Fozy for Panic. Stickle, former B&E coach, comes into the team, and they haven't quite had the same. I mean, at the end of last year, they must have been pushing top 40, kind of top 30 in the world, but can they regain that form? Can they make a deep run here? These are all the questions I want to answer tonight.
I think the thing that I'm really interested about with this Sangal team is, honestly, I felt like they had pretty good momentum at various points last year. And I'm really curious to see how Panix is integrating into the team, because I feel like the Fozy chain wasn't necessarily just about Fozy so much as it was about them looking at the team and going, well, we haven't gotten to where we want to go. We need to make a change. But there's not really like an obvious place to make it, right? And so it was just, that's the one that wound up getting swapped out to try and find this goal. So I'm curious to see how Panix is integrating in here. Meanwhile, on the Let Us Cook side, it's always going to be cool to see Bialy back in action here with Snacks. That's just a bit of a throwback. And also interested to see, if we can find some of that next generation of competition here. It's an interesting one. I don't know, man. I feel like when we watched Sangal, I actually really enjoyed some of what Fozy was doing within this team. And that move really felt like a bit of a head scratcher to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking into it because I had a hunch that it was actually Nip that pulled, because Fozy's still a Nip player. He's on loan. Had a feeling, yeah, he's still under a Nip contract for at least Nip Academy. He was on loan to this team. I was just having a look because I had a feeling that he was actually pulled out of the lineup by their decision, but reading through these statements, it seems more so a decision by Sangal. So,
I remember my read at the time seemed to be that it was that it was weird. It was one of these statements where all the players are putting out statements where they're like, we really liked playing with you, like yada yada yada, so on and so forth. It didn't feel like players' decision, maybe the org coming in. I'm just really not sure. It's an interesting one, but I mean, look, if Panix can be a star with it, that's what they're looking for, right? The AWP needs to be a focal point within the modern Counter-Strike game. It just kind of has to be, and so they're looking for Panix to be great for them. And I mean, statistically, he's been pretty solid recently. I mean, the last 3 months he's sporting a 1.15. Last month, 1.111. Like the impact with the AWP is potentially what they're looking for. And while Fozy was a little bit up and down with it, maybe he didn't bring the consistency that they were looking for.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know masses about Panix as a player. Pretty sure he's played mainly German heavy teams for the last 3-4 years. And never really had massive international exposure or even top, let's say, 80 team exposure to this sort of Counter-Strike. So there's definitely some questions about Panix. Clearly has some skills, But what is going to make Sangal? What is going to push them to the next level? Surely it's a more well-rounded player. Surely they need a bit more nuance, more structure. And is that Panic's that player? I'm not sure. Maybe he can develop into that one. But yeah, Sangal clearly felt like something had to move in the end.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the point that we're at. Meanwhile, on the other side, potential bullish hope, but maybe haven't quite had the impact that they're hoping for. Let's talk about the veto here, Alan. We've got our veto. Let Us Cook, going to be banning Inferno, Sangal ban Nuke. Our first pick is Sangal for Ancient, and our second is going to be Overpass for Let Us Cook. Mirage is the decider if we get to it. How do you feel about this?
Yeah, I'm just looking for it, because I remember Sangal at the end of last year, a very good Ancient team. Their stats are pretty horrid on it at the moment, but they played so much of it. They played 17 games in the last few months. That is ridiculous. That's a lot of Counter-Strike. But it's hardly one of their best maps because they didn't feel they had a different way to go. But I mean, that's a question in and of itself. The team has taken a downturn, but how has Ancient gone from one of the best maps for Sangal to now one where they're getting battered by quite a lot of weaker teams, and they still choose to pick in this map? They could have picked Anubis here. That was the other option for them, but for whatever reasons, they still have confidence in their Ancient, even the stats say it's a bit shaky.
They could do. And I mean, thinking back to why the Ancient was such a strong map for them, it did feel like that opposite focal point, right? You remember Fuzi loved to get aggressive down mid, was a big part of that. So I'm curious to see if Panix is going to be doing the same thing, or if they're deploying that op differently, if they're shifting him around the map, how they're approaching that, if it's changed since the addition. So we will be able to check that out. We'll be able to find out in just a moment when we come back from this break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, hurt you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than your rescue? I'm feeling kinda used, yeah, like a drug that you take when you're sick of crying all your tears away. Is that all I am? All I want is for you to be happy. You know this ain't healthy. Do I make you happy? How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, what you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm doing everything he doesn't do, but I'm still not enough. Even your parents know I'm good for you, but I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue?
And we are in here. Let Us Cook versus Sangal Esports. And, well, I think we just have to take a moment here, Alan, now that we're live on broadcast. UKCS, it's coming home, man.
I mean, I'm genuinely
you.
speechless. I'm not often speechless, but can you believe it?
You're not familiar with what's happened? Into the Breach has just made the champion stage at a major. BCSA is working, boys, but let's see if Sangal can get anything working here because they have been dismantled early on in this round. It's all on to QB. And
I believe
Let Us Cook
before
wins this round.
I believe before this major, 3 players ever had made a major for the UK.
And one of them at least was on an NA team, Def.
Yeah, one of them was Def. I think Def was the only one that's played in the playoffs, I believe. Before,
Was Surreal on that
Mezzi,
team
of
when
course.
Complexity made a major?
No, I don't think so. I think
He
it's,
was on the team
I
at one
believe
point,
it's
right?
Smooya, Def, and Mezzi before this one.
That makes sense.
But we've done it.
Well,
We've done
get
it.
a few more. 3 more in there. To be. What do you got for us? Not much. 35 seconds. Takes the time to reload. Knows where 2 players are at least. But unless they give him a fight, there's really not a whole lot that can be done here. And he knows it. It's a matter of time. He got 2 out of that. Not quite sure that was some brilliant shooting. But, yeah. Still going to be the round for Let Us Cook. I mean, at this point, I think Crucial is British, right? He gets his
He certainly has
citizenship if
played
he hasn't
long
already.
enough. He probably could apply for some sort of citizenship at this point.
I think at this point he's in line for the crown. I don't
Yeah,
know how
exactly.
many
You might as well.
down
You're
he
just
is.
in the royal family at this point. They need some replacements anyway. And
Get this
I'm
man
sure
a nice
the-
cup of tea and get him in there. You know, get some.
we'll
some
take
more
Rowland
blood.
as well. He can.
Look, Thomas can fill in for Harry. You know, just swap him in there in a military uniform. You never know the difference.
Yeah, and he's got the same track record of vices and, and the whole lot. Of course.
All's forgiven. He just made the champion stage of a major. Let Us Cook.
Thomas has also been to
apparently
a back
German.
alley behind a pub, so that's a good reference. I respect myself.
All right. All right. Let's button it up here. Clean conversion on the second round here for Let Us Cook. Let's see what I got. I'm curious about Sound and Blitz within this roster. They're players that I'm really not very familiar with.
Do they play for what the heck was that team? One Tap? The quite Romanian team. I don't remember the name of it.
Let's
I have
see.
to look this up.
I couldn't tell you, but they are both Romanian players. That been seeing a little bit of explosive growth in terms of talent coming out of the region.
I believe Volt
Lauan
is
X.
also part Romanian. That's another one. Just made a major playoffs. No, he played for Nexus.
Blitz.
Okay. I was
Look at
wrong.
damage here. There's a chance at a bomb plant. It's looking likely even. Unless Blitz can take this ground, leaving himself a bit overexposed, but he's still going to be able to deny the bomb plant. Bit hasty on it. The recovery is now on, and with that kill, it should be fine. So actually, good on him, sacrificing himself to avoid the bomb plant, keeping that money out of their hands. Now it just becomes a question of whether Core can find any damage, and the answer is a resounding no.
Well, it was a full eco, basically. So it was already quite a result, but they'll be disappointed not to get a bomb plant after doing that much damage. Either way, rifles to follow. As mentioned, Fozy was a pretty sizable part of the T-side of Ancient, so I'm intrigued. Is Panic's going to be a centerpiece? Are they going to be more focusing on the strats, and he just throws the nades? What is the plan here, Panics? Tell us.
Give us the secrets. T-side opping on Ancient as well, I feel like they're very different. There are some teams that just avoid it entirely, play 5 rifles on the T side, which I feel like, I don't know. Personally, I find a little bit more effective. Just because getting into those sites with the op is tough. Mid-fight's nice, but, I mean, even getting around these choke points where you see, Corey's gotten outworked himself into the corner, that's even tough to make work with an op.
Yeah, it tends to be the case on most maps that you kind of, if you're buying an AWP, you're going to do it for a reason. It looks like the reason in this round is going to be a contact play. Friend doesn't actually see him go wide. This is really awkward. A jump. Bit of a Mexican standoff. We'll see who walks into the other crosshair first. Oh, the timing. That was almost a kill.
Almost was. Big kill on for Soulfly. Now he's got all this ground. And I mean, the money's in such a place where you can give it a look, friend, but nah, yeah. Certainly now they need to be getting away. Sound might try and recover the ult, but that's going to be punishing. Now they're just down to 2 bodies, one of which has an MP9. So tough sledding here. Corey saw Blitz. And Blitz is chasing this frag. Which, yeah, they won't expect him to have come out, but now he needs to withdraw.
Keeping the guns alive is so important.
Snacks wants some damage. I guess with the MP9 makes sense, but he's just going to put himself in such a tough situation. A little bit of an over fight here, over face, and, well, now, Sangal are going to be on the board, and it's a heck of a way to take your first round.
Yeah, they just prioritized mid and A so much, didn't they? Retake B, sat all the way back from Friend, but he didn't really have an angle. Couldn't really take a fight. And was it QB that one of the guys walked all the way out cave and just had the whole site. Bialy gets blindsided, so
Soulfly,
a little bit too passive, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was indeed. I mean, very far back, right? It's one of the push pulls of Ancient that's very tough to figure out. Is where do you go aggressive and where do you go passive to compensate for the aggression, right? Maybe need to find that balance, but definitely leaving gaps open towards that B side. I don't even think I mean, to me, the issue wasn't even leaving that gap open. It was then trying to fight back in. If you're going to commit to that kind of a gamble, that kind of a risk, you've got to live with the consequences and you've got to be ready to accept them. Otherwise, you just get yourself into a situation where you're just so stuck.
Yeah, I think even Friend there, the player that was on the site, could have pulled the ripcord immediately because that you could just see. You've given the whole bomb site, it swarmed, your man deficit, your rotator so far off, and that round was over. So yeah. They need to think a bit about this B bomb site because it's been hammered a couple of times.
It has indeed. It has indeed. But we'll see what they do. I'm curious to see. There might be an op in this one. I'm curious to see if they prioritize the op onto Friend, because that is one of the things that you can do to compensate. You know, he was shifting around a little bit, but if you just post him a little bit more stably over towards that B ramp, and then you set up players in cave, it gives him much more of an opportunity to do something with that AWP. But no cave presence, certainly not gonna be a winning formula here. We should be hopping in just a moment again. Thank you for bearing with us here while we sort some stuff out. But who are you looking for over on that Lettuce Cook side? Who's your key here, Alan?
It's hard to look at this lineup and not say Snacks, isn't it? Because Snacks, for a lot of people, is still ready to play for a top team. There's a lot of worlds where he is on ends, and they said as much. They said that after he stood in for that Dallas run, there was an opportunity to get Snacks. He wasn't on a big team at that point, so Snacks could be on a top 15, top 10 lineup right now. Hasn't played out like that. Quite honestly, it feels like this is just a stopgap, let's be honest, until he gets back onto a more established team, let's say. So I don't really know what to make of Snacks in this team. Is he fully motivated? Is this his chance just to put himself in the supermarket window and just prove that he can still play well? I'm not really sure where Snacks is at, because he is of a higher caliber than the team he's playing in right now.
Yeah, one would expect. But I think he talked about it. I remember listening to him on the live HLTV Confirmed in Kato, where he was talking about the fact that there had been some offers, but they hadn't necessarily been basically attractive enough to lure him away from sort of this project of trying to make a Polish team, trying to make something within it. And also it was a situation where he's at a point in his career where he wants to play what he wants to play, and he doesn't necessarily want to have to sacrifice roles or positioning for the team. Which is something that he felt that he was doing too much in some previous rosters. So, I don't know. It's an interesting one. Interesting one for sure. We're back into the game, back into the action, back into the fun here. And for Sangal, a prime opportunity to break the economy early. Really set themselves up for a nice HGT side. We got aggression out of Donut. So we're wondering where that push-pull was going to be. We do have Blitz compensating in towards cave, but there's no presence on the B side proper. That's the opening that they've left. And eventually, presumably, Snacks is going to have to adjust over to reinforce, especially as Corey gets the opener here in towards mid. Now they're in a lot of trouble. Blitz being pushed out by that Molotov. pressure on to B. If Sangal just went around this corner, oh, what they would find.
Quite content, though, just to be passive. Ladders Cook do actually win mid control, but it's at a pretty heavy toll. And Sangal just decide, let's give this B control. We showed a bit of presence. They're going to regroup in towards T-spawn just here. Oh, we got free smokes, flashes, molotovs. An A-hit seems pretty likely right now. So mid-nade is just to add a bit of presence. And if you let us cook, your best chance in this round is reacting B as soon as possible. But for the moment, it's looking real static.
Nice shot for sound. Ripper on that one. Is that going to stall them out? No, certainly not. 24 seconds. They have to go. There are no choices. And friend, that's a sitter that he missed. Big opportunity. Missed the third shot. That's just never going to work. Fortunately for him, Panics will show him how it's done. Put his teammate down in the process of getting that frag. And they've left Donut open, so they're just going to lose this on time. There's nothing that they can do about it. They can't plant the bomb. Everything about that take went well for Sangal, except for the part where Panics put his teammate down. And then they just had no cover for Donut. Left themselves no time to spare. Oh, what a blunder.
A little bit bizarre, wasn't it? Man advantage for Sangal. They go in. The spacing was horrid as they went in at first. The Panics... sorry, not Panics. Friend should have killed the first guy. And there was no chance of a trade.
Two of them.
Yeah, the second guy as well when he peeked left. It was all a bit bizarre. Did Sangal not have a molly for the sight box? I mean, that would have helped. Panics is going to sit in that Molotov, 22 HP. I don't know. It's looking a bit funky here for Sangal. I'd expect them to be the more cohesive team in this sort of matchup.
Prime missed opportunity there. They're kicking themselves for that one. Really are. I mean, how often do you hit the site that the Opera is holding and just get that wide open of an opportunity? Friend, though, thanking his lucky stars that didn't cost them, gets a do-over, gets another chance to settle in here, dial in the scope. You know, he just didn't have the sight zeroed properly there. Ooh, Blitz needs to get a lot of things dialed in properly, otherwise he is going to be zeroed in this one. Another missed chance for Friend here.
Perhaps as a friend, Mike, he's a conscientious objector. He will not
Yeah,
take place.
he's actually
He
a
will not
Quaker.
take place in these gunfights.
He's just shooting warning shots constantly, trying to chase them back. It's our own Counter-Strike Hacksaw Ridge.
Indeed. Full retake on B here. Was last time it didn't go so well. Snacks is up close. Is Bialy really going to come through the smoke? Mid player is picked up. Bomb seems to be planted. And there is a Molotov. They're going to fight before it. 2 kills for Sangal. Spread across the site. This is a messy retake, and they need to use their nades perfectly on this Let Us Cook side.
They got the man advantage. That's good. Covers off the AWP. Now it's just about Panics, and he doesn't have the lineup necessarily. They're going to get on the bomb. And he's already given it away. He's told them exactly what he's doing. He's going to save this. Has no interest in going for the retake, so it is going to be another round up for Let Us Cook.
Didn't we have the nades there, Sangal? You kind of want to take the site and then fight for that back lane control. They didn't really have Molotovs or flashes or smoke to speak of, so it's ever so difficult. Perhaps they were a little slow on getting the bomb down. It felt like gunfights started happening before they could really set up their after plant as well. Maybe a pause is needed for Sangal just to kind of calm down, settle the nerves, whatever, get on the same page, because it's like a little bit janky. You're on their map, bigger pause, I think.
It's a bit odd. of a situation. Soulfly getting pinched between two players, caught by Snacks there in towards mid. Now you've got this weird spot for Corey, and he's not going to be able to do anything with it. So all of this control, all of this spacing, the man advantage, and it's just dissolved before our very eyes. Looks like tissue paper that got wet, you know? It looked solid for a moment, and then it just all come apart. So let's see what Skrunk's got for us. Sangal. It feels like... Okay. It feels like, you know that meme where it's step 1, blank, step 2, blank, step 3, question mark, step 4, profit?
Yes.
Feels like they've got step 1 and 2. They have no idea what to be doing in the question mark, and they're definitely not profiting in these rounds.
No. Well, that would look great, didn't it? Because they 2-for-1 trade in mid. They have all these players ready to go on B. They lurk, it was Corey, wasn't it? All the way out into the red room. Mm-hmm. And it's a good idea. I mean, you got Corey advanced. He's cutting off the rotates. You got the rest of your team on B. And, of course, we were mainly focusing on that red room duel. But whatever's going on with those B players could never get any ground for free. Must have been taking pretty bad duels just to never have a trade. Been an odd half. I mean, the last gun round, Sangal had a man advantage before they went on to A, and it really crumbled. So it's not like Sangal aren't getting themselves, as you're saying, into good positions early on. It's these mid and late rounds have just been tragic, honestly, to put it lightly. And Let Us Cook, they're so happy to play retake on these sites. They're just so comfortable.
We're going to 5-man play towards B here initially off the rip with this limited weaponry. There's utility to answer them, though, so this gets slowed up a bit, but Blitz is going to be under pressure once the smoke fades. He's got another smoke he could put up, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the choice at this point. His gun's drawn, and it's 3 found! All right, way to answer the call there, Blitz. Having a monstrous game here from Cave. We'll get overwhelmed, bumbling with the reload, but Corey makes this a little bit more interesting. Fast flank from window. So it's Friend they have to tango with. It's contained right now for Let Us Cook. They're going to trust the AWP. And he's going to reward that trust. Nicely done from Friend. Puts it on to Corey. 1v3 and not even a chance there for Corey. Huge round for Blitz. This guy is locking it down.
Yeah, we've barely seen Bialy and Snipes get engaged yet. Blitz. This is a scary half for Sangal. And we said it going into the matchup, as much as Ancient, if we're talking over the history of this core of players, it's doing an excellent map. It has not been kind to them in the last few months. And I'm starting to wonder if they just made a big mistake in this Vita. They had other options. And Ancient on this T side, a map they knew they were going to play, a map they somewhat could prepare for and think about these T approaches. Wow, it's just been a disaster. And look at this round, trying to AD fault. Friend gets the first, players falling back. Disrupted again in Sangal.
I mean, it is their pick, right? This is their map. They just do seem to come apart at the seams. Under pressure, chance here for Corey. Fake flashing off the pistol. They've lost their A-main lurk, who just walked out. Didn't anticipate Sound being aggressive. I guess seeing 2 in towards mid, maybe he thought that was the A player come off. Now Soulfly and Skrunk have actually pushed all the way through B site. They weren't content with the plane. I know they need to start winning rounds, and that's a big kill on the Friend. Takes down the AWP. Still at a man disadvantage. This Molotov's the right read. Skrunk does commit to it. So the bomb's going to go down. It's a decent position in the post plant. They can make this work. Sound is long on the rotation. That's going to stall out Let Us Cook. It might burn the utility from Sangal just for this stall out. Actually, Blitz is hunting. Woo! And he is deleted. Chance missed there for Sound. Now this fight's going to be tougher. They just got the player back on the corner. Nade will help with this, but Skrunk's so very ready. They needed someone to step up. And Skrunk has delivered. Snatch is going to commit to the risky defuse, and Soulfly will be happy to escort him out of the round.
Great round from Skrunk. I enjoyed that. A lot done. And Mr. Snacks left alone. He didn't have a chance in whatever, catchphrase you want to throw in there. No chances. No chance. Player behind. back lanes, one all the way down the ramp. Completely impossible to win that one. And Let Us Cook. I didn't realize their money was this low. They were on a massive win streak. But we're already on MP9. Sound has barely any cash in reserve. Bialy can fall by. Sangal is still in this half.
Yeah, they are. They certainly are. And I mean, when you consider how many rounds they've had early advantages in, or positioning advantages, it does feel like, again, they are just that one step, that question mark step away from turning this into profit. So if they can crack through in this round, suddenly the opportunity is there. What do you have to Let Us Cook? This kind of limited weaponry, you'd expect a more aggressive play. They have the utility to go for that mid fight if they want to dump in towards elbow. 2 players here. Looks like it could be the case. Still, he's a bit misplaced, but that actually does set up Corey to die. He thought he'd found the gap. He thought he found the opportunity to exploit, but no. This may be intentional. And now a fight around elbow. That's where you stole the bomb. Can't be losing that, but Friend, again, just cannot win the fight to hold the site. And so he is dismantled on A. A bomb plant should be going down, and this could just turn into a save. The money is putrid. But with that kill, never mind. Let Us Cook are right back in. They're right engaged, and Bialy's going to follow it up, dropping the bomb in the process. So you've got Soulfly on the other side of the dang map. And QB in the meanwhile has to try and work this through. That was ambitious, to say the least, from Blitz, and QB doesn't need no teammate. He's getting it all done himself. Sound's position's not known. But likewise, he's very paranoid that he's getting ramped upon.
The bomb is still down in A main.
That's what he's just going to babysit.
Yeah, these guys have to cross the line. They've got these free flashes.
Now, they could just go through.
I wish Sound stayed over on the AWP and just posted. He's just so scared to get
worried
wrapped.
about the wrap. How can you blame him for it? Now he knows he's got the opportunity. They have to cross back over, but he's revealed his position. He gave it away, and he's still so paranoid about that flank coming in. So they will cross the bomb. They will try and plant this down, and Sound still nervous. Now going to make his step out, and Soulfly was waiting for that the entire time. So, what a recovery there for Sangal. QB stepping up massive.
In a half as well, where, of course, for a lot of these rounds, their after plants, their 2-on-2s, their 3-on-3s looked like a bit of a mess. They've really got it together in these last couple. Of course, QB in that one is the main man. Big man on campus. But, yeah, they're back in this half. Money snaps. Let Us Cook. This buy is non-existent. They're going to save this one. They're buying the next. It's not going to be good either because they're on such low loss bonus. I am feeling a lot happier about Sangal. Into the breaches in the quarters of a major, Mike.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
Occasionally, that's just still occurring to me.
What is happening?
Thomas is a major.
I don't understand what's happening.
Playoff contender.
I don't understand.
It's coming home now. It's coming home.
I don't understand. I don't.
Can't resist the magic of Cypher. Just can't resist. Well, it's a full stack off of the default pistols. Can't blame them.
I want a list of all the countries we have more representatives in the playoffs. Because it's going to be so egregious like Sweden or something's going to be in there.
East Timor.
Yes, I'm confident that one is the case.
Look, if NIP makes it, maybe not Sweden, but even then, I'm thinking about how many.
Who's the other Swedes?
Who's the other two? Might not be enough Swedes.
Let me do that. Let me run the numbers. Who's in playoffs? 0, 0, 0, 0. 1 on Gamer Legion.
Oh, okay. Then you've got 3 Swedes if NIP make it. Oh, wait, no, it's NIP or Gamer Legion, right?
Gamer Legion's in. It's Apex. Well,
Apex
is
okay.
1. They have Nork.
So there you go. All right. It's either going to be 2 or 3, depending on the results of this match. I have remembered the right number of Swedes on NIP, right? So you've got Alexei, Prolan and Rez are the 2 Swedes. Who am I forgetting? Head Trick.
There are as many Brits as Americans in the major playoffs.
What? That's not true.
I think it is. It's 3 on Team Liquid, that's it.
4.
Who's the 4th?
What?
American, not North American.
Oh.
States.
Well, that's not how we do the region. That's not how we do this.
I'll be claiming Canada as a colony. So we will have to
sound. That's a nice opener there. But this is just the distraction. It's all about the B hit. In the meantime, this is going to be pressure onto Friend. Not necessarily been up to it, but this time with the rifle, we'll get one. A little bit belabored on the spray, but sets up Snacks for more. The bomb plant is going down, but with Blitz on the flank, yes, it's only a matter of time before they realize, well, no one's here. It's the flank. The bomb's not even planted for Strunk, so not quite sure what the point of that lurk was, but it will not work. The bomb will be defused, and 4 players will survive as Let Us Cook look to get back on track.
That fake really wasn't the most effective in the end, was it? Because Let Us Cook must have called the bluff so early for that flank to develop so far by the time the bomb was planted. Very much a rollercoaster half for Sangal. We've seen all the good, the bad, and the ugly of their T side at Ancient so far. There's still potential here. They're still giving this money, very honest.
Here's a tweet for you. This is from Ben Woodward. He says, that was easily the biggest achievement by a UKCS team since Birmingham Salvo won the CGS in 2008.
Brilliant. I mean, I wasn't watching back then, so I can't even... It's not even a real reference point in my head, but... Yeah. We're back, baby.
You're back, baby. You know who else might be back? It's Sangal. As they are fighting kill after kill. Big frags for Corey here in towards mid, and they just keep trying to fight back in, and it's a disaster for Let Us Cook. Just Friend remaining. Trying to find something with the AWP here, and they're just going to completely avoid him, of course. So it's about saving this op for Friend. Sangal set to find 5. And, I mean, set themselves up beautifully as well. The money is majorly depleted over on the Let Us Cook side. You know, their initials kind of spell luck. They may need a lot of that to get back into this game. Nice shot for QB. Just a 1 tip to make sure that op doesn't make its way through.
They've done it. They broke the money. It's been a grind of a half from Sangal. But by virtue of keeping those early rounds so close, they've got themselves now into a place where 7 is a reasonable goal. This one, heavy eco, just some upgraded pistols. Bit of util on Snacks, a couple flash bangs. So we'll see where Shizu deploy those. He's going to line them up for mid. These players load up in donuts. And window. They're going to flash their way through. But the moment Sangal gets this information, it should be a red carpet onto B. They're losing some numbers, but I don't think it's going to avert the course of this round. They should just take B right now. They know who these players are. Take B. Please. Come on.
They don't
There we
agree
go.
with you.
They don't know.
But there's a smoke up out. The smokes are scary. I think they actually wanted to get the guns out of the way. I believe that was getting ferried around for Skrunk, throwing away the rifle, trying to avoid giving it up. But Blitz has been able to at least retrieve the one from window. Bialy's looking for the one here in the elbow, saying, hey, no fair. Where'd you hide it? I don't actually know where you can toss out of the map in this map. I guess just over the wall. Either way, it has worked. Blitz appears to be content with saving in this one. As makes a lot of sense. They're looking for guns. They're going to boost it up to try and find where he stashed it. I wasn't actually paying attention to where he threw it over the wall, so... Not quite sure.
I don't think they can recover it. Doesn't really matter if Sangal lose numbers. Next is last anyway. Just want to hand over another rifle.
Yeah.
It's the only fear. They get this AK down. Pretty good result, but...
There you go. Extra AK found. It's going to be tossed over just so Bialy can sprint on in, grab it.
Yeah, Bialy can also drop an orb. Very nice. You want us to go in that direction? as we get into round number 15.
That's exactly what Bialy does. Drops the up over so Friend can have utility.
Blitz has cooled off a little. I think he was 12-3.
12-2, yeah, 12-3, yeah. Certainly.
Yeah. Not like he's been bad, but he, not quite the same absolute tornado he was earlier. Destroying, wrecking house. Bialy gets one in mid. And Sangal are going to give that up fully. They're going to reroute. Doing any part of that control.
That's a really nice find for him. I mean, the damage, certainly, he doesn't know the damage he's got on Panics as well, but just rebuffing that space early on if they get this kill on Corey. Corey's been such a nuisance for them in mid, and that's a big cleanup for Snacks. So now this B push, it's all they've got, and once again, Scrunk just gets caught trying to wander out on towards A. This A-Lurk has been a weakness for Sangal. So the last round, at least, is starting to break the way of Let Us Cook, and they need that. After how strong this half started, really do need to be taking at least a 9-6 out of this, and barring some theatrics from Panics or Soulfly, they should be. That's an unfortunate opportunity given over. Bialy caught on the reposition. There are numbers here, but this could go bad. Blitz wants to make sure it doesn't. And now Panic's not trying to clear things quietly, but Blitz will eventually find the moment to strike and send us to the half.
Break up, don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, hurt you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left here with you. Say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm feeling kinda used, yeah, like a drug that you take when you're sick of crying all your tears away. Is that all I am? All I want is for you to be happy. You know this ain't healthy. Do I make you happy? How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, what you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left here with you. Say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm doing everything he doesn't do, but I'm still not enough. Even your parents know I'm good for you, but I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left here with you. Say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue?
And we are live back into the action here. 6-9, the score line. Let us cook with a slim lead, but considering how well they started, this one is maybe a little bit disappointing for them. Sangal looking to kick things off with a bang in this pistol round. They got 4 on the right side. Seems like this hit is coming towards B, and they have red lettuce cooked like they're a quick book. Let's see. They can do it by the book. Doesn't seem to be the case. Blitz bring a little bit too much spice for this recipe. But Snacks will get caught on the edge of smoke, so now they're rotating. Trying to slide in towards the donut. A QB! A little bit of a fly in the ointment here. Leaves Friend all on his lonesome without that which his name suggests. Truly has no friends remaining in this round. A bomb plant attempted here. Panics creeping ever closer. The kill comes in, and even the plant denied for insult to injury.
Okay. Good round. Big hold in towards Donuts. And they capitalize in the end. Let us cook. Not tempted into a... Oh, they are actually. If they're going to say Snacks is fully bought. Tent is obvious. It's quite a late investment here. There can't be a massive plan in mind. They can be working this one out on the fly. Blitz is full nades. So maybe an opportunity to get frisky. 5 on towards B for Let Us Cook. Needless to say, they'd love to fight harder into this direction, but that's not going to be the case. It's actually Sangal the one to control. Snacks gets a trade, and now it's getting frisky. There's a lot of space. There's a gun on the ground. A little bit nervy for Let Us Cook.
Long range engagement there, but Soulfly make the MP9 sing. I got the player pressed in the corner, but they overextend, and now, panic's low. Has to back away. Sound is a little bit paranoid of the pinch coming in, but panic's so low, this is very doable. 1v1, spots the player. Spots the player, but just goes for the out-and-out fighting against the rifle. That one's never gonna be the ticket. So expensive, but Sangal cling to this round by their fingertips.
Yeah. It kind of felt like Sangal were relentlessly trying to fight there when maybe they didn't need to, because they went man advantages, they had information, and they just keep peeking from mid and from the from Jaguar, and never really getting a great fight out of it. Might think better of that next time. And actually, look at this. Let Us Cook. They had no bomb plant, but they knew they had a lot of frags on the board, and it's incentivized this buy. AK out on sound, nades, pistols in the mix. This could catch Sangal off guard.
Could do. Could do. Pressure here in towards cave. Soulfly backing away. He's forced out. The space has been taken. The ground has been claimed. Ah, missed opportunity there for Snacks. Couldn't connect with the Tech 9 at range. And now all that utility is starting to drip, drab away.
Can only assume Snacks heard a reload or something. It looks like Panic's the one under the ledge. Was reloading, but he had a teammate, had some help. Sangal's repositioned. They know nobody's in mid. Move back into a 3B defense. Quick flash clear of ramp. Here's the real prong. It's going to be cave, and well, for the moment, kind of just sitting back in retake. This is not too bad for Let Us Cook. One good flashbang, and Soulfly is a dead man.
But he's not going to be. Instead, he smoked off. So hold on to this position. Bomb plant secured at least, and I mean, in the post plant, these pistols become a lot more effective. All tough to slow down this push around the bend. All 5 are coming from the same direction. Let Us Cook, don't have to worry about the post. There's still a Molotov. Where is that? That's on Blitz. Is there another smoke? There's not another smoke. This Molly could actually end it. This Molly could end it. Blitz, you gotta throw it. Oh no, Blitz is too committed. He's not gonna be able to throw the Molly, and he's actually deleted, so that was the chance to confirm things. Meanwhile, they're stuck onto the defuse. Spam not gonna connect, and it should be A-okay. That Deeg is desperation, and while it will find further damage, it won't find the round. If Blitz just deploys that Molly, I don't think there's a way to win it. I don't think there was a kit on them, Alan.
No, it didn't look great. I'd love a pause here from Let Us Cook, because as much as it's stinging to lose these rounds, they are so close to breaking this money. And look at their buy. It's perfectly good. Sound can just buy up AK armor. This is Sound. There we go. So yeah, Sangal winning these rounds, but it's anything but convincing. They have no loss bonus. QB 100 in the bank. Corey 350. They've got to be careful in these rounds, and it would do them a world of good if they just have a clean win. 3, 4, 5 alive. They'll be much happier.
Panics. Gronk openers here. Sound does have some questions, but it's still looking good for Sangal. And that smoke going down will make them feel a little bit more confident here. Let Us Cook have shown a pretty clear predilection towards this B site in the initial rounds. Seems like they're going to stick to that particular gun. Smoke in. I think that's a little shallow, so I think there's actually... Oh, no, it does cover off. Soulfly, the only one who can do anything about this, but with that kill, he sets it up nicely. Spotted the bomb, can call in teammates as well. Trade out continues. That's all on the sound. Will falter. Only 2 players survive. The money's not building yet for Sangal, but they are racking up the rounds.
A bomb plant and Lettuce Cook would buy. For sure. Friend goes for a hero orb. Okay. I admire the confidence. But you got to make use of it. It's obviously a colossal investment. And, well, let's stay on board with him because if he just dies without a frag or maybe even a save isn't the end of the world. If he just loses his AWP for no value, it's a pretty questionable investment, I think.
It really is. And I mean, look, the numbers are all right. 14 and 11. Certainly the numbers are good. There's going to be the kill. All right, justifying it early on. Already got them an extra rifle. So we'll shelve our doubts for the moment.
There was no universe where Sprung expected an AWP on that angle. No world. The Soulfly's fighting back. Flashbang from Corey is critical. But the shots are even better. And wow, what a cleanup.
Wow.
I can't believe it was almost that easy. That was
yeah,
incredible.
I mean, that's Soulfly and a flashbang. That's all you need, right? A flash to take the AWP off the angle immediately, and then just Soulfly just annihilates everybody dancing around. That's brutal for Lettuce Cook. After you get that opener, after you recover the gun. The problem is they didn't seem like they knew what the next step was, right? I mean, they had the idea, set up the AWP on the angle, get a pick. He was originally going to go for a more aggressive fight, but the Molotov pushes him back. Well, then they get the pick. That's what they wanted. Where's step 2? They stall out, allow Soulfly to take the initiative. Have that next step figured out. Big round for Lettuce Cook. If you can't close here, this starts to become a serious problem.
Ooh.
Yali just knew someone was there.
Yeah, just saw a little bit of an outline, didn't he? But you're right. Lettuce Cook have done a lot of work, actually, in these early rounds to keep money low and make it compelling, but the last one was a little bit clean, a little bit too clean from the Sangal perspective. Sangal chooses to seed mid-control. Freebie for them. Kyuubi's just sitting back in donut, just jiggling, trying to have some information on some mid. And here's their reaction. They see the mid-nades come in immediately. Soulfly down. Clears this deep B control. And that allows Scrung to lean off. Sangal are doing a lot of work here to you know, get information and work the map and be in good positions. I like it.
Oh. Big kill there from Soulfly. Holds onto this B site. He's on an island, right? He knows this presence is here and towards mid. This is such a dangerous spot. This is really such a dangerous spot for him. He's negotiated it by sliding towards the back of the site instead, trying to avoid getting caught out, and then Bialy doesn't know where to take this mid presence. We've seen this. Oh, maybe a bit of an overextension for Soulfly. Could have waited for his team, perhaps. He did find damage. Now that's the overextension. That one's too bold. Takes it a step way too far. Now, do they really go for this? Panics and QB. A lot of the line economically. They will give it an attempt, and there's one blitz. Seeming to secure things. Panics at this point, he's out of time. He already made his choice. He's got to back away. It's going to be posted to make sure that no one chases, but they will allow him to keep the AWP because Lettuce Cook get what they really wanted. They get the round. They had to win this round to keep this game competitive. They've done exactly that, Alan.
Certainly have. Where's this buy going to be at? He's really on the brink. Maybe they should pause Sangal because this is really, really a tough one to figure out. There it is. I don't know. I think there's a compelling arguments for saving or buying right now. If it's Michael, we're saving because we're on the stronger side. We'll see what they choose to go for.
I mean, even if you do save here, right, you can put a fair amount around it. You got the AWP, so if Panics invests a little bit more, you can still keep enough money for an AWP and an X. You could put some upgraded pistols, some Deegs on these players. We know they're dangerous with it.
Yeah, it needs to be a little. It's only one line lost. You need to be a little careful, but certainly I mean, the main thing I'd like to see is maybe a couple flashbangs. This sort of thing. Something to just allow them to get frisky, or leave panics on one site and then flash play on the other. Something to make it a little bit more interesting.
Sound advancing forward. QB's here in A main. We're getting donut push. Panics puts that up to great effect. There's the opener. That's exactly what you want when you've got the solo up. Find that first contact, get the kill, fade away, reposition. It's exactly what Panics is doing. So they're going to try and disguise that op, shift it around the map as much as they can. Well, Let Us Cook have holds of either periphery. They're now denied the middle. And actually, they're not going to shift the op around. They're just going to reposition it for this mid fight. Leave Panics to secure this, and Let Us Cook have to puzzle through this pretty quickly.
These mind games, though, because I think Let Us Cook would probably expect that op to have moved. It was a shame for them they didn't have any players grouped. They would love to react off that information of where the orb was, but they didn't have any players next to each other, so a little bit nervy. Panics has moved. Double cave, Soulfly tucked. 4 players, all the remaining ones for Let Us Cook. And now over towards B. I'm not sure if Scrum got a spot there. He puts down his Molotov. And actually, look at this, Mike Cube. He's pushing out route through A. Corey soon will get alerted. There's nobody in mid. This is by no means a done deal for Let Us Cook.
Oh, certainly not. Kill the PT-50 and Panics is making that op. Sing! It's all in a friend. Stuck in a really tough spot. 15 seconds. She's going to have to try and secure this. And Soulfly could just pull him off the angle. It's Corey instead off the spam that does it. It's a race to recover the op, but they've done exactly that. There was the chance for Let Us Cook, and it is 100% denied. They go into the blender. The op is there to meet them at every turn, and that round, that's all Panics.
Squandered, I think is the word, isn't it? Oh, and Sangal and a half, where they've struggled so much for economy. They win an eco, which is the best thing imaginable for your money, because you're already saving. Soulfly's money, Panics' money, Cubia's money. If you're saving any guns, you can buy again in the next, regardless of what happens. It's Let Us Cook that have no cash in reserve. Full force buy for them. Awkward exchange, but somehow Bialy comes out on top. And he's got full donor control. Sangal actually scrambling now to reposition. How did Bialy not get a gun going into donut? Where did that go?
I don't know. QB with the lazy clears. Gonna set him up with an opportunity. Had no idea player had worked his way into the corner. Soulfly and Panics with the recovery quickly. It's a prime opportunity, and there's still a big chance into this round. Let Us Cook now starting to work their way in towards B. Means that pressure's gonna be on for Soulfly. Panic shifting mid should be able to rotate to support this, and now Scrunk clears out mid and sees nothing. That's going to send alarm bells ringing. They're wary. Panic wants to clear mid just to make sure there's not a player tucked to red room, but now they know. It's got to be B, and Soulfly's got the spot. He's got the shot on the first. A bomb plant might happen here. But actually, if Sound's battling this forward, that opportunity could be missed. They want the kill. They want a chance to win the round, but they're not going to be allowed that, and they may no longer be allowed the plant. No, not at all. What a recovery.
I think it was it Scrunk that pushed through donut? He's the real round winner, isn't he? Gets that information, gets in behind. There would have at least been a plant in that 2-on-3 if he wasn't flanking. Oh, and Let Us Cook, and they're planting the last few rounds. They were planting. They could use the max loss bonus to repeat buy, and frustratingly out of reach is this T side for them. They're giving us a lot of chances, but unable to capitalize in late round. It's been all Sangal. All Sangal as of late in a match where they started off. Had some real rough after plants early on their T side. I don't know what switch is flipped, but they are looking ever so composed when it goes to these chaotic scenarios now.
Just have a reminder for you, Alan. The UKCS team is in the playoffs of a major. The last major in CSGO.
Not really sunk in yet, I think.
Wild. Truly wild. I expect you to be fully face and possibly body painted with the Union Jack in time for their
Tattooed,
quarterfinal.
I think you'll find.
Yeah, get the Breach logo tattooed across your chest.
I think the endpoint management would kill me if I did that. I'm meant to be non-biased now, you know, that's my role.
Yeah, well, tell them to make a major. Yali. Tip of the spear here as Panix is under threat.
I don't think you want an AWP in this fight, Mike. This is going to get scary.
Not ideal. Panix will hit the first. Had to do so. He's somehow away unpunished, and now QB keeps him clear outside of A main, so huge missed opportunity, and now Panix can just swing. And I mean, this is disastrous. They had so many chances to kill Panix there, and just no one seemed to want to take the swing.
Story of this T-side, really, isn't it? Feels like on the brink of a great opportunity. Haven't been able to capitalize. Sangal starting to show some of their old form in this map. I mean, QB's been monstrous in this map so far. And I think Soulfly was having a bit of a poor start in the first half. He's come into his form 2. Panix, of course, in the last few rounds. Some money shots. Names to hit for Sangal. And I'm wondering, Mike, where's Snacks? He's the man we look towards.
He is indeed. It's been Blitz to step up for them in this map. Bialy even had some moments. You're right, Snack spot on the board, not ideal. And we expect big things from the man. Here's Snacks. In towards Jaguar. If he comes around this corner, there's a few friends who would like to meet him. I'm not talking about his teammate.
I'm keeping an eye on this HE for Soulflow because this could wreak havoc.
God. You're right. You're absolutely right. Molotov as well. I mean, they're not going to be able to test it with the low HP players, right? You can just really shut down this push, and that's exactly what they've done. Pressure on a Panix, had to withdraw to avoid the molly. Now Soulfly drops, so this winds up working out. His own molly was way too shallow. Allowed them right at B main, allowed them right in the firing lines. Not quite sure what the thinking was on that, but the bomb is going to go down.
Oh, they've done it.
Sangal's pulling the ripcord.
Yeah, I think the main takeaway I think from that round is Panix and Soulfly were not on the same page about how to fight the site, were they? Because Soulfly uses all his utility and he smokes out in front of that corner. You can see on the X on the mini-map where he died. He smoked out in front of there and tried to play around it, but Panix was giving space. And they had so much utility. They could have mollied behind the pillar, perhaps. He could have, of course, that HE could have been damaging if he got that off onto ramp at the right time. But Sangal never let themselves have a chance at a retake because Soulfly wanted to fight, Panix didn't, and you can see the result. As soon as they lose that first player, decision's made for them. They're just going to save.
Don't see adjustment in this one. Maybe a little bit more of an aggressive look towards B, so they don't have to be thinking about that, about where the fight lines come in.
Possibly. I think the main thing is to have that conversation and say, let's not do this again.
Stack.
Ooh, this could be some aggression. 4 players.
Oh, those nades. Oh, Friend, mortar shot. Ugh. Can't capitalize, really. I mean, Friend happy to trade himself out as a low HP player in that instance. Set up the 1-for-1. Skrunk's aggressive. So this was the adjustment. They've gone hyper aggressive on it, but they still lost Cave. Although Sound maybe a bit over ambitious in his peak, gives himself up to Panix. Now you do have Bialy working out as the lurk on A, but one of these guys outside of B main is going to need to get this bomb and get out of here if Bialy's position is going to matter at all.
Just keep an eye on
That's
Corey.
exactly what's happening
Keep an
now.
eye on Corey because Corey has the juggle mid as well. And Bialy does make it into Temple. Sangal are making no real plans to move here on B. Skrunk is pushed back through Jag, and I think he's going to catch Blitz. That's really unfortunate.
The timing on this is brutal. Skrunk's just looking to see if he can get any more. No, he can't, but he will take that kill. So it all becomes about Bialy, right? Bialy, it's almost like he's taking it too far, where he's like, I could flank B, and that caused, I think, a moment of indecision where they gave that look back in a cave to see if the opportunity existed. Bialy, now position revealed. Sets them into a bit of a panic. But that likewise means they know the bomb's not being protected. Snax is alone, and now he's gone. So it's all on Bialy. And they can threaten, they can push, they can fight through. There's nothing to hide Bialy's intentions, his position revealed, and his life forfeit.
It's unfortunate. I'm not sure Bialy could have done anything else. I don't know. I think he did his best. He did his best. Snax just wasn't ready for the player to be in Donut. And on we go. 4 map points for Sangal. This is their map pick. Has to be said. But given how Let Us Cook start this map, yeah, we're feeling a little bit bitter. They can at least make this a tad closer. Buy here is good. Orf on friend. Good amount of utility. But of course, all these gun rounds have favored Sangal in the end. So see if Let Us Cook have anything left in the tank, or those ingredients ran out at this point.
Deep mid control. That's a pick and a half for Panics. Peering down from window. Now they know the threat's here. Blitz is stuck. It's like, okay, how do we want to fight this? Yeah, no Blitz is up, but Scrunk does. Distraction of the AWP. The trade is there, but still. Bomb now confirmed. Panics with a rare miss. Soulfly right there to correct the mistake. And that's going to be it. Panics even sending his teammates skyward to celebrate the first map win of the series.
That nade. I can't get over that. That was amazing.
That's actually Panics right started off the map with a TK with the op, your call, and he ends it with a nade TK. So maybe just a little bit of tradition there. Yeah,
I mean, what a monster CTR from Sangal. Barely put a foot wrong. Had a few issues at the start on T side, but outside of that, I'm quite impressed by the counter-strike they showed in that game. That looks a little bit, let's say, rusty on edge at the start, but played themselves into it, and by the end, it was all Sangal. QB was brilliant, Panics is in good rounds, and Soulfly, well, he was just a monster in those last 10 or so rounds. He was just amazing playing in from Jagger and that B-bomb site.
I mean, even if we think about those early rounds on Ancient, right, where Let Us Cook was racking up the lead, it was because there were a lot of situations where Sangal were making mistakes in man-up situations where, like, something was going wrong, and then they were breaking through. As soon as they started to win rounds, it was just domination, right, all the way through. It was really, Let Us Cook did not look prepared to meet them here. So we're going to be headed to our second map. What is our second map, Alan? It's Overpass. This is going to be Let Us Cook's pick, but I know Sangal likes to play a lot of Overpass as well, so I don't think this one's going to be a tough one for them by any measure. We'll see how they do when we come back from this break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
wake up, don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, what you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm feeling kinda used, yeah, like a drug that you take when you're sick of crying all your tears away. Is that all I am? All I want is for you to be happy. You know this ain't healthy. Do I make you happy? How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, what you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm doing everything he doesn't do, but I'm still not enough. Even your parents know I'm good for you, but I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue?
We are back in Sangal versus Let Us Cook. And they didn't do much cooking in the first map. A little bit, but they maybe fumbled the recipe towards the end, burned the result, and Sangal come out on top. Now, Overpass. It's Let Us Cook's pick, but I'll be honest, based on what we've seen from Sangal in the past, I'm not sure how much of an advantage this is going to be for LUC.
Comes in contact. Is there a flashbang? Here it comes. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. 2 down. Snags thankfully with a trade. But that flashbang was,
look at the flank.
Picture perfect.
Look at the flank. Panics is going to be here. They know everybody's here. They're fighting so much damage off of this. Now they cannot bail out. Everybody's here for the defense. This is such an ideal situation for Sangal. They just need the kills now. And they're finding them left, right, and center. Just Bialy. They know where he was, and he's just got no health for the fight. A headshot to boot. That is full control for Sangal.
Big round. Big round. So it's going to be an eco from Let Us Cook. And I'll take this eco to share something funny, Mike. So in the BCSA group chat, which has all the teams in it, this is the British Counter-Strike Association, for those unaware. And of course, Breach just made the major quarterfinals. Put a message in, just like congratulating them, and I got a reply from Mezzy saying, "Stop rubbing it in."
Oh no, poor Mezzy.
And now everyone's laughing at him.
Poor Mezzy. Finally frees himself from UKCS, just for UKCS to ascend. Turned out he wasn't, you know, the promised prince to lead them to the future. Maybe he was the sacrificial martyr.
Yes.
His pain.
Yes, exactly. He was the first to
top.
foray into the major playoffs. Minus death. And indeed, he has fallen on his sword. It was he's fallen on his sword for the greater good. It was either one UK player in playoffs or 3, and he's done the noble thing as he should do as in the BCSA board. In his contract.
His contract, eh?
Contract
with a kill? Skunk's in a really tough spot here. Oh my goodness, Skunk. What is this? Decent damage out of it. Certainly stalled out a lot of time. But he found himself in a situation he couldn't quite bail out of still. Knowing that everybody was there, Panix is taking all of this real estate. How far did he take this? That's too far. That is too far, Panix. And then still just pushing. Soulfly next up. This is madness.
Stop,
Alan.
Stop.
What is happening? He's allowed to back off. And a smoke will give him the opportunity to do so.
What an odd round so far. Let Us Cook have not moved more than like 5 meters.
Yeah, I can understand wanting to get a bit aggressive with the rifles, but you would normally expect, like, okay, let's put both of those MP9s on the fountain push. Instead, it's everywhere, everything all at once. They watched the movie and they felt inspired.
Indeed. One thing they have done is, well, this clock is already real low.
No, it's a problem.
Kyubi's got information. We're leaning over towards B. It's the right stack for Sangal, and there's not a lot of wiggle room here if you Let Us Cook. You need to go right now.
There's still utility because they haven't had to expand it now. Now they're burning what they've got. There's counter nades out. They can drop a body here. It becomes very tough to get this bomb planted. Has to happen, and the bomb's dropped. It's over. There already wasn't enough time when that kill came in, and now there certainly isn't. Snacks, can he avoid getting clocked? Yes, he can. They're more concerned with getting guns up on the CT side, but still, that's going to be a very disappointing one for Let Us Cook, and it puts them in a really awkward spot. You've got the hero AK into this round by virtue of it having saved, so do you chase the buy and go for another force buy around this?
They did in map 2. Map 1, sorry, right at the start, didn't they? But this time, not the same approach, just the one save on Snacks, and he'll hope he can find a window, find some openings.
QB's just chewing up all this ground, all this real estate, just loving a push.
I know, they push
actually,
B every round.
Just to hide that he's here. But, it's going to work out for them. Now pushing on through.
I mean, they've got a rifle. There's only 2 on the site. There's a flashbang on Bialy if this is well placed. Here it comes. Might be a window. Soulfly set up. What a shot! Oh my lord. Thank God Scrunk is hitting some too. That deagle shot, that I felt that in every orifice in my body, Mike. That was amazing. Boy.
All right. Every orifice, he says. Bialy might be making you feel a little something else. Give you some more sensations, but the problem is going to be getting back to that bomb with Corey now babysitting it. Got an idea that he might be there, that he should be there, that he probably will be there. And now he certainly knows, but still getting it done with the farmhouse is a different story, and he's only got 19 seconds with which to do so. Gonna have to brave the op or the farmhouse, one or the other. Picks his fight with a rifle. Can't quite chase this, but now 10 seconds. The op's now posted, and they're just trying to stall him out. They know he has to stick. He knows they have to stick, and it's all over. Corey, well done, toying with his food there.
That's a hell of a try for a half buy. Wow, what an eagle shot. But no conversion. No conversion. And fortunately for the Sangal guys, they did keep the other rounds clean, which means they've got plenty of money in reserve. Map pick here from Let Us Cook. Just based on recent form, on the stats, what we can see, it feels like a pretty even map between these teams, and we certainly hope Let Us Cook being their map pick for a decent T-side haul in the end.
Like one of the things we're seeing here. Ooh, that's a little bit of a fumble there for Corey. Had the spacing, had the idea that a player might be coming through. Bialy catches him, and now the op can't stick around. Takes a shot, drops. Good damage. Bialy lucky to be alive. Still, that's going to be unconfirmed. In the meantime, they're taking space up construction. Sangal have been so ambitious with some of these pushes. And, I mean, to this point, it's been mostly paying off. Let's see if this one costs them. Long secured. Ground gained. Flashbang's just being tossed out in retreat for a Sangal, but it's just to get them onto that next angle. It's not really giving them too much, and you can tell they don't have information apart from the flank on Soulfly. Oh my goodness, Soulfly. Speaking of pushes, he's worked his way all the way around. Soulfly, what are you going to find here? They're stalling out the take with Util, and now Soulfly knows he's got to. He's going to take what he's got. He's going to move forward. Oh, damage onto the third as well. Confirmation of the presence here. Everybody's in, and they know it. The first one dropped, the second as well. It's full disaster here for Let Us Cook. Once again, their slow pace of play is their undoing.
Starting to crumble, isn't it? Almost nerve-wracking that their best rounds have been on the pistols and the saves. It's been getting frisky. Panix is playing well. Soulfly continuing where he left off. On that first map, Scrunk, the player we normally look towards to be more of a supportive element, is a bit of a monster so far as well. These chefs need to get something cooking them right now. Nothing's coming to a boil.
Scrunk doesn't have enough bullets for that last one. Still, team set up decently, and the tags on the snack's going to make that even tougher. Panix hearing all this is very cheeky doing this with the USB, but it's going to work. It's going to work for him. I think the primary difference that I'm seeing right now between what we saw in Ancient and what we're seeing here is it feels like the respect is just completely gone. Maybe too far gone. That was bold from Panix. Yes, he had the bomb, but he had no teammates close at hand. He didn't need to commit like that. No, what does Snacks have for us? Nothing. He has nothing. But it just feels like the respect is completely out the window here, Alan. They're pushing everything. They're taking every fight on the Sangal side.
Absolutely. I mean, Panic's pushing in there on the USP. That was pretty wild. They are losing a lot of numbers against these pistols. It's not necessarily the cleanest Counter-Strike from Sangal, which yeah, there's still a lot of this first half to be played. It could still cause problems, but at least in these gun rounds, Let Us Cook. I mean, have they had a round where they've been in 3-on-3 when it's late? I think they did on the first gun round when they went B, but apart from that, they've consistently lost numbers during their defaults, and well, that is not a fun way to play Counter-Strike on the T side of Overpass.
No. Certainly not. So we did on Ancient see a big run back for Sangal. Maybe Let Us Cook can do the reverse. The difference there is so many of the rounds were very close. Doesn't feel like we've necessarily had the same. The numbers are whittling down for Sangal, but they always seem to be in the advantage. Run boost out long. Flashbang to set it up. Here we go. No one at home. But Skrunk is close at hand. Skrunk and Corey. And QB not far either, so this is going to be an interesting fight here as they start to take this ground towards long. There's the flashbang. But Skrunk set up for the anti-flash, and they've got the first, the second as well. Bomb dropped, committed.
They're just so flat, these rounds, aren't they? Again, we're losing numbers on the defaults. Panics is moving, catches the B player. And we're just left with two. Sound is trying to catch a player falling back to the bomb site, but these Sangal players should just be steadfast. They don't need to move. They can just wait for some confirmation. Sound creeps up. It does actually get a good duel. Corey is looking towards the toilets proper. But QB goes unchecked. They have no idea. They have absolutely no idea. Flash will hold him off for a second. Not to be. Fiend goes down 2, and 7 in a row for Sangal. We need some pauses because this is getting out of control.
I mean, if anything, that flash even just set him up better in bathrooms, right? Because instead of just getting the one kill, he waits and sees the second player as well. It's disastrous. It's disastrous. They're getting bullied. They really are getting pushed off of any control that they establish. The fights are being dictated by Sangal. It just feels like Sangal's taking the initiative in every round, you know? Like, Sangal is dictating where the engagements come through. You're not even getting towards the site for an execute for Let Us Cook in most of these rounds. Looking very out of their depth here.
And even though Ancient went by the wayside, they played some good rounds. They made it compelling. Got in a lot of competitive situations, and it's a little bit deflating that this is how it's come out on map 2 so far. But equally, on the Sangal side of things, yes, the very start of Ancient was rough, but they got their act together. By the end, they were looking sensational on the CD side. And CS is definitely a little bit frisky, but their proactivity, panics on the move, the different opening, little setups and plays they're making have just been excellent so far. And I see no reason to change the script if you're Sangal. Keep doing that.
Much more passive from them this round, so they have changed it up a little bit. They've given up a ton of space. We haven't seen any of the aggro pushes. You know, nothing at Fountain, nothing at B main just yet. They're anticipating a B rush with the 3-man lean. It's going to be the bathrooms once again, and there's the first find. Panic spots it. He's able to get away. Utility sailing in, though. This position from Corey could be huge. Oh, missed opportunity there for Panic. It's a little bit helter-skelter now, and he's going to get caught. That was him living up to his name. That was the full Panic setting in, but they're not clearing long. Blitz. Oh, you have to know that there's not been a clear. Well, they do have a bomb plant here. This should not be a round. Friend with who you can. But on a 1v2, it's just not viable with the Deagle. Plenty of time for the defuse. That is one of Let Us Cook's more successful rounds yet.
Their pistol rounds are the better rounds. I mean, if you look at this round in isolation, 3 kills from a half buy. You got it into a 1-on-2 momentarily. You got a bomb plant. In isolation, it's a result. You're damaging the money. You're bolstering your own. You feel like you can be in a good position, but this is a half of moral victories. A moral victories only for Let Us Cook. No round wins, no conversions. Gun rounds have been woeful. And, I mean, at what point do they just throw caution to the wind and get ultra aggressive? Because their slow defaults have not worked whatsoever. It's the fast pistol plays that are gaining them space, and when you let Panic set up and just take his duels, it plays well. When you put him under a massive pressure like that, you entice a much higher chance of mistakes.
exchange here early on. A bit more of a default spread for Let Us Cook, though those always boded well. Let's just clearly trying to draw focus or anticipating the aggression out, right? Just spam through the monster tunnel. But it is A that they're working in the meantime. Double presence in con. They're waiting for aggression out construction. Trying to punish that, but eventually they'll have to give this up. I mean, there's a minute on the clock, and you've got all this positioning here for Snacks. All of this ground. Appendix is going to get caught. Oh, he sees the player. He didn't see it. He didn't see it. Flicked around too fast. What is happening here? Now they've got A. And Corey's going to have to try and recover. That is a huge head scratcher. But Corey could catch the bomb. Corey's going to catch the bomb. Oh my god, he's got the bomb. Alan, he's got the bomb.
It's only 30 seconds. It's only 30 seconds.
Oh god, no. They have to recover it. Now, do they go B? Do they go B or they go A? They have a decision to make. They're going to go B.
So where's got the bomb?
He's just dropped the bomb. He wants to be the tip of the spear, but he's going to get caught here. Has no idea, and now he's dead. Now they have to contend with Soulfly. They know where he is, at least. But the rotation is on, the smokes are in, and QB's got the kill, and it's just all gone to pot. Let Us Cook. They had the damn site. They got the damn kill. They got everything you could possibly want, and still, they can't get the bomb on the site. They can't get it planted. They can't win a round. This is disastrous.
Oh, I can only laugh at that one. That one is...
This is like cooking, except they've lit the curtains on fire. They've burned the roast. They're setting off every smoke alarm.
And they keep doing it as well. That's the funny thing is, the house is already on fire, and they're just lighting up more pans. Oh my lord. Or they're cooking, you know, they're using gasoline instead of olive oil or something. I don't know what's going on here.
First kill goes the way of Soulfly. Gonna try and chase that in, but with the Molotov down, Soulfly's in a great position, and even a flash can't save Sound. It feels like it's desperation now, right? Let Us Cook have been blanked in so many of these rounds that they just know they need something, and they're just starting to have that telltale smell of desperation. So they did get a kill back in this one, but the spam is going to lose them Snacks, and I mean, again, this just looks like one where they're pretty much completely stalled out. Bit of a mistimed flashbang means that, fortunately, for the moment, at least Bialy lives. But it won't be long. And now you have Friend on 17 HP trying to make anything of a hopeless situation.
As a reminder, guys, loser is eliminated from the tournament. We have a double elimination bracket here in the EU region. And this is not looking good for Let Us Cook. They are very soon going to be 6 rounds from elimination. And this sort of event matters for them. I mean, they're not going to get the most opportunities. They're not going to get the most invites. And even just from a perspective of making it further, taking down some big names, getting some ranking points, it's all good. It's all good for them. And they are not going to get a lot of ranking points at the rate this is going. This has been an absolute catastrophe.
Oh, and we're going to take a quick little break. Well, just a little pause there. Maybe that'll fix everything for Let Us Cook. They've got the weaponry. Well, not much of it, to be honest. It's Tech-9's. A single AK. But the faster rounds, the pistol rounds, have done them well. Let's see if they can do it here. Initial survey says they've been largely rebuffed on their first push. But they do at least have some space in towards construction if they want to take it.
Well, it is an A-lane
tough spot.
It is an A-lane from Sangal, so if they get this bomb in towards B anytime soon, maybe there's a chance.
Look at Bialy. Is anyone watching this party push?
I think Panix is holding the. He's mainly holding the playground line, but he should get the frag anyway.
Reposition
He
here.
already
They're
hears
backing
this.
off. No, they're fine. They're fine though. Corey's ready for it. He's wise to it. There's a moment there where that could have gotten real weird. But it's all good. Still, they got a toehold in towards B. Problem is now the numbers are rotating in, having gotten that kill, having seen no response. They've got 4 players watching in towards the site, so they're ready with the bodies online. Space taken, utility is good. Snacks is here in the water, but he can't make anything of it. Blitzes 1 frag. Well, a second is gonna be all they get. Bomb down at least. But at this point, moral victories, bomb plants, these are just not worth it anymore.
We need rounds. We need rounds. And yeah, that was a half buy, but gotta find something somewhere at some point. I mean, just look at the frag count for Let Us Cook. It's pretty dire. Not to blame anybody individually. I think they've lost this as a team for sure. There's no doubt about it. Sangal have pushed them all over the map. They've never been able to call themselves out of scenarios. They've never been able to default together as a team. That's been the real letdown here. And Sangal is just playing with their food. I mean, they're so confident. They're not scared here to call another free A round after showing it in the previous. They can do no wrong. And they haven't yet. What's the plan? What is the plan? And you saw Panic. You knew Panix was on that angle last round.
I mean, the plan at this point seems to be flail. Hurt yourself in confusion.
It's hardly awe-inspiring as well when your major champions are the ones to go down first like that. Oof. We're doing our best to make this entertaining, but unfortunately the game right now is not delivering. Sangal are mauling them. I guess the Soulfly thread is fun. I think surely this guy ends up on Eternal Fire at some point, right? Surely.
Maybe. I mean, with the way that team makes roster changes, I don't know if you want to get on that carousel. Every player goes in and out and in and out over and over and over again. I think there's more stability here.
I don't know. I think if you get the opportunity to play with the better team, gotta look at it competitively. What is the other route? To go to a mouse for the team? Pretty big jump.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose. You're already, you know, in an international roster here. Gamers Legion, the Mouse, and OG.
Gamer Legion might be a shout, actually, yeah.
Yeah, these are all teams which, you know, I mean, the international model is doing pretty dang well now. Go join Endpoint. That gets you an end spot, I think, within a year.
I said improve your career, Mike. Oh, I don't care anymore.
Hey! Shoutouts VCSA.
Listen, Endpoint's not a UK team, so I can say what I want. They're international. If anybody chats anything bad about Into the Breach, then I know where you live.
Then you fight them. Oh, we got an opener! We got an opening pick here for Let Us Cook.
Let's go!
Hold on, we might get around.
There's still
It's been
free
so
B,
long.
though. There are still free B in defense, so hold your horses for a second.
Definitely not a definite.
But it's better than
Definitely not
anything
yet.
else.
It's the best it's been.
We will
It's the
hold on
best
to our
it's been.
crumbs of comfort.
Look at Soulfly. What's he gonna do? He's a flashbang. How does this work? All right, only for one.
But he was low HP. It's not a horrid trade, and he gets the information. Corey's continually pushing through toilets.
They're stalling out for the moment. Is this a boost on the other side? They've abandoned it if it were. I don't think it was. They're a risky boost to go for late. Brand is making full noise on this. He's gonna get caught. How is he not dead? How is he not dead? Finally, okay, it does come through. Corey nearly fumbling that opportunity. So now they know at least it's not 3 and B, I guess, and that's gonna funnel them through because they've got no other options. There's just not enough time to rotate and clear things out and try and figure out the A site. Instead, they're gonna go quiet on this. I don't mind it. Now the utility sails through. Now the confirmation in on the hit. It's all on the QB. He's tucked himself in the corner. They don't. He's here though. He hasn't made the noise, and there's the kill coming through. So down to the 2v2. Still the best chance for Let Us Cook this entire dang half. And beyond the place, both have been quiet fine this round. Looking good for it. All under Corey now. What's he got? Running out of time for the defuse. No smoke to cover it off. He knows he needs the kill, and they're giving him nothing. So it seems like Let Us Cook are finally getting on the board, and actually, Corey's going to save. He wants to bait out the damage. I mean, kills are actually useful here, but it is finally going to be around on the board here for Let Us Cook. They've done it. They've done it now.
They've done it. I mean, rounds are rounds, but it is a tad Pyrrhic, isn't it? Because look at the buy. Going to be Galil's on Blitz and Sound. But, yeah, I mean, that's infinitely better than 0 rounds, so I guess you'll take it. Wow. A good entry, I guess. Soulfly tries to make a play. Can't blame him massively. It's worked for a lot of other times in this half, but he did go into a lot of players, so trade's always going to be tricky. Look at that. The kill from Snacks in the 3-on-3 was enormous, wasn't it, when he killed the player in water right at the start. Panics. Oh, aggressive. Top spawn on long. Bialy hits the deck, and again, Let Us Cook. 1 step forward and 10 steps back. This is not looking good.
Oh, the jump up. Soulfly. Can't quite find the player in smoke. A chance to maybe beat through, but now they're losing the bodies. This time they're disintegrating. Snacks find some sort of damage, but there's still so many alive on the other side. And you're tucked in the corner. Snacks had no idea. Oh, Soulfly, the transfer. Flicking madly, wildly, leaves Sound alone, but Sound takes Panics down low. And there's time to operate. He can actually leave. He could take this towards A. That's exactly what he's going to try and do. Panics is wise to this shenanigans, but he's got the USP out. I don't know that that gun's going to be sufficient here. Sound, ironically, has cut noise. So now he slips up towards A, and this should get him a bomb plant. No guarantees in the post, but a chance at least to make this a round. And Corey
already on the move. Up to Divider.
He knows something's
This is
up.
very early. I don't think Sound's going to know.
Knows something stinks. So the question is, does he go into bank? If he goes into bank, he's got a real chance of this. If he bails out the other side, it's disaster. And it is going to be Panics, of all things, with the USP through the fence, who confirms the kill.
I thought that was Corey.
Nope.
I thought it was Corey.
Yeah, I thought through the
Ridiculous.
dice blocks too, but then I see the USP up there, and that's unreasonable. Had already tagged
catch
him,
him
knew he
right.
was low. Finishing it off.
And they've had some compelling rounds here. That was another one of them. Which, if you intertwined that with a couple gun round wins, Sangal have no money. I mean, look at their money now. It's not good. You'd expect a lot more money for a 13-1 half. So, the scoreline is a tad deceptive, but Let Us Cook in these late scenarios minus that one round. Just can't get these rounds into a good position really in the first place and never can convert. And best case scenario now is 2. If there's any universe where they're still in this series, well, that's a requirement. Absolutely.
Corey, big pick. Oh, he's here. Corey, Thor's blown off. No idea that they were further out. You must have thought he had a player peeking up short to be that confident. So a 1-for-1 trade here is not a bad thing. Let me check this boost. Snacks looking for the fight. Play back pillar, not giving him the look he was looking for, and this is a long time to hold. Long time to hold the boost. Oh, QB's gonna go look. Now, did they get the audio? Dude, they did. They know the players are here. QB should know there's a second as well, but the Molotov will at least get the trade. Maybe a bit helter-skelter in the comms, but you know, it's 13-1 up. A bit excited. Down to the 2-on-2. Let's go seek 2.
Oh, no.
Just on the friend. The timing is brutal. What do you got for us, friend? Time for a clutch. 25 seconds with which to do it. Ooh, spotting on barrel. Knows where the player is. Gets the first. But it's down to the 1. Down to the 1. He's trying to bait at the shop. Needs to plant this. Does so indeed. And it's onto the sidearm for Panics. It's been so good. And he's got it here, too. Headshot to boot. Plenty of time for the defuse. The 14-1 for Sangal secured.
break up, don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, hurt you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So what still not enough. Even your parents know I'm good for you, but I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying.
Well, this one could be quick, Alan. Up a map, up 13 rounds. Sangal won the pistol. Time to get out of here.
14-1 CT sides on Overpass today. What can I say?
Yeah, I think we're going OT.
Standard. Here we go, though. B rush. 2 already out in short for Lettuce Cook. 4 B stack. 2 behind the site. 1-1 from the start before he wraps himself to the right-hand side. The trades, though, for a second looked favored to Lettuce Cook, but it's not to be. Awkward exchange for Blitz as he falls in behind the sights, and actually Skrunk's going to pull the ripcord. They're out of here.
Snacks hears it. He's going to beat them on the rotate because he did hear them pulling out, but it is amazing that they just leave. You know, 2-on-2, unfavorable situation, but look at the rotate from Lettuce Cook. They're going to send both players up top, and I don't think Sangal are going to be prepared for Snacks to be all the way out here. No, knife out, and there's the kill, but now Snacks knows he just has to leave. He's got the advantage for them. Trying to slip away. This is what Snacks has always done best in his career. Be a sneaky nuisance. Be exactly where you don't expect him.
There's still a hell of a lot of map to cover, though, for 2 players. Snacks tucks himself in on that little long cubby. He panics. I mean, they could be anywhere, these CT's players. Look at him. Trying to find a gap. And Blitz is the low player. 41 HP. He's sitting all the way back. There could still be a plant here. Oh, definitely is now.
All right. Snacks. Got to do it again. Panic's a chance to close this out with a brilliant clutch. And he's done a good job moving over towards sidewalk. He's got a great fight, but Snacks! Too snappy on the shooting. Plenty of time. Can even recover the kit. So here we go. We got a game. We got at least something. But with the bomb plant in, Sangal going to be bringing the heat right back into the next round, you'd imagine.
Counter-terrorists win.
I'd like them to eco, I think. I'm pretty sure they'll buy, but on this scoreline, I'd love an eco into a buy. And they're going to invest. I'm not surprised. Most teams would. And what do we got? AK on QB. Galil on Panics. A lot of utility. So they could run a set round if they want to. Plenty of options here, and well, I don't even want to, call out the scenarios where Lettuce could bring this back. Let's say to save face, they need to win this round. Keep it clean.
Oh, he's down. He's down for the count. That flashbang was brutal. They spot another player. It's just a hail of flashes all over this site. Snacks trying to recover, but it's chaos. It's madness. And Snacks and Bialy are down. This is it. This is it. Blitz wants to change that fortune. But Blitz and Friend, do they know that a player's already this far forward? They don't. Oh, Friend thinks he's cleared it. Friend thinks he's cleared it. And so he, rather his teammate, is a dead man. They both are. Why not? For good measure. Strunk claims both, and now Sangal get 13 chances to close this, and Alan, I think they're only going to need one.
Yeah, well, look at the buy. Insta reset. Deagle armor, barely any utility for the CT side. And Skrunk, man, I mean, he's had some high impact rounds in this game. Perhaps none more so than that. And this cam was back, feels snapped. Of course, they're playing for elimination here. Lettuce Cook looking very much like they will soon be out of this season of ECL EU. Whereas Sangal, I'm not sure I want to play them in the next round. They look real hot right now.
No. Blitz does get one. Something found at least. On this door pod, this could get spicy. Oh, Bialy does get one. Flicking around there. They may not expect sound in this position, but they'll wisely close the door and, you know, not contend with it. Corey's ferrying guns away to make sure they don't give the upgrade over. They do want to approach in towards site. This is going to be the reinforced spot. Player seen, sighted. Tagged. Slightly more tagged as Snacks is sticking around. That was ambitious. A double swing with no utility to cover it, and they are down for the count. Friend in another clutch. 1v2. Just a Deacon here. And it's not going to take more than one shot. What an execution there for Corey. Pure domination from start to finish on Overpass. Reminder, that wasn't even their map pick. They slaughtered Let Us Cook. I mean, there was no fear at any point. The respect is out the window from the early rounds on, and Sangal just demolished Let Us Cook.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say enough good stuff about them. Ancient was a bit compelling, but that game was absolute non-starter. Obviously, for the Let Us Cook guys, I think Soulfly had a great game. QB looked brilliant. Panics, I don't think really had to do much towards the end. CDSide had some great rounds too. Perfect. I mean, maybe Let Us Cook didn't push them the hardest, let's say. I think that's kind of a fair assessment, but Tango didn't show a lot of holes in that game, and well, their Overpass looks pretty mighty, especially on the defense. That was incredible.
Yeah, it's looking very good. It's looking very good indeed. I mean, it's a comfortable map for them, right? It's something that they've played a lot of. And it just really, you saw it from start to finish there. There was full confidence. There was no belief at any point, really, that Let Us Cook could make anything of this. So a bit of an unfortunate one for them, but it is going to be a quick broadcast for us. So we will see you tomorrow or tonight for more ESL Challenger League action. For now, goodbye, everybody.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.